Hi, how are you? I'm Erin, and this is my first time, and this is hair metal heaven until I come up with a better word for food lovers and people that like hair metal. So let's get started and let's just see how it goes. I invited my Twitter followers. I was not able to invite my Facebook followers, but that can be changed. So I have everything laid out. I got me some coffee ready. It's kind of early on a Monday morning. So let's see what we can do. And it's kind of funny. I was planning on making rainbow cupcakes, and then I remembered that 4th of July is coming up soon, but my recipe calls for rainbow cupcakes. So I am going to see how it goes, how white my cake actually looks, and then if it doesn't look that white, then we'll go back to the rainbow cupcakes. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so I am following a recipe for white cake out of my Good Housekeeping, very old, my daughter calls it from the Pioneer Days cookbook. And then I got a little bit of info from an online recipe also for how to do the rainbow and make sure the colors separate. All right, so let's get started. The recipe is actually called Lane Cake. So I need some egg whites at room temperature. Let me lift up and let me show you all the ingredients I have lined up, looking so pretty. There we go. Now you can see them. And I made a lot of substitutions, just kind of grabbed whatever I could, but it still should work out okay, I hope. Okay. Off to get some bowls to separate the egg whites. Hope we have enough bowls to go around for this recipe today. This is at room temperature, but these still feel pretty cold, so let's see what happens. There we go. Now you can see. If you've never separated eggs before, I will try to remember to do it the right way. You just kind of take the yolk and let the shell actually cut the yolk. And so you can get as much white out of there as possible. See, this one's being a little stubborn. And in the background, we have hair metal station playing off of DirecTV for your entertainment purposes. So we're on egg number 2. This one calls for 6 egg whites, which is going to be amazing. You think the cake will turn out white after this, but we shall see. And as you will see, I also have old-fashioned way of doing things. I don't really have many kitchen utensils and machines and all that good stuff. I used to have some stuff when I was married, but I lost some of that in the divorce. So we're just going to deal with what we've got and see how it goes from here. We've got 3 egg whites down. Always a little bit of stubborn egg white there. We're on to the 5th one. Uh-oh, dropped one in there. So this is what happens when you got live TV, but I salvaged it. Luckily, it's a healthy yolk. So there we go. Okay, one more. My stepmom, she used to train me how to check eggs and stuff, and you know, you're supposed to do one at a time, and that way you don't, you know, ruin the whole batch if all of a sudden you have one rotten egg and then you have to start all over. But I don't know, I always get lucky, so. All right, so I'm gonna put these egg yolks aside. Who knows what we're gonna do with them. Maybe I'll whip them up and make an omelet later. Okay. Preheat the oven to 375. All right, it's good to follow the directions from the beginning instead of starting to make the recipe, which we learn by doing. So my oven was recently fixed, so it works really good, almost too good. So you really have to watch stuff. And then you got to grease. Okay, this says cake pan, but I'm doing cupcakes. So let me get out the cupcake pan, and I've got some silicone baking cups. This pan looks pretty good. It'll definitely work, especially if you're using the silicone baking cups. I've got some multicolored ones. So it's really fun to cook with these because they work so good and it's just so pretty and colorful. It's fun. So I have my 12, so I haven't lost any this week. I try to do at least one formal recipe a week. I mean, I only cook for myself. If I make goodies like this, then my daughter will usually eat them. Every once in a while, I run across something that she doesn't want to eat. So usually everything turns out pretty good, but she doesn't necessarily want to try everything. So I'm going to tilt this camera back up until you need to see what we're really doing. Okay, where are we at? Grease it. Okay, set aside. In the large bowl, beat the egg whites until the soft peaks form, beating at a high speed. So yeah, that's going to be my hand. That's high speed wrist action. Okay, so let's get that going. And there's not going to be any peaks that I know of, so I just whip it as good as I can. I mean, hopefully it turns white or something. Let me tilt the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Just have a whisk here and just whip, whip, whip. I mean, it's easier if you have a beater, but I'm just so old-fashioned with this stuff. I don't really care. So it seems to work okay without all the extra tools. And to me, it doesn't really seem real when you use all those things. I mean, you need to chop up your stuff by hand. You need to beat your stuff by hand, and it just feels more homemade. So I live here in Las Vegas, and when I woke up at 6 o'clock, it was like 67 degrees. No, not 67, 87 degrees outside. And it was like too hot to open the windows. But right now I have my door open. I can see the pool from here. Maybe I'll show you later. And it's hot. So it's going to get hotter. And all my roommates are gone to work. So I have the place to myself. Lots of space to make a big mess cooking. And I only hooked up with the one camera today because it's my first time. My phone hasn't been cooperating. I'm trying to download apps and I can't get on the internet. Whatever the story is, it's being a pain in the butt. So see, look at, it's starting to look kind of white. So it's looking hopeful. So if I just sit here and beat a little longer, see what happens. Oh, but anyway, if I can get my phone going, I'm going to hook up that, and then we can have two cameras going, and you can get all these different angles so I don't have to keep on moving the computer around. It really is starting to look white, but I don't think I'm going to see any ridges or whatever they said. Oh, until soft peaks form. Yeah, that ain't happening. And then so it says gradually add 1 cup of sugar, which I actually have artificial sugar. I've been trying to go sugar-free. I gave it up, lost a bunch of weight by giving up sugar. So now I just can't handle doing the real sugar thing. So we got the measuring cups, and what did it say? 1 cup, 2 cup? Oh, over here though, it only wanted you to do 1 cup. Okay, 1 cup for now, but gradually add it and keep on beating, it says. Okay, let me tilt the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Pour in a little, whip it a little. Pour in a little, whip up a little. Pour in a little, whip up a little. Pour in a little, whip up a little. So it's definitely looking white now. I'm sure the sugar is helping out. See, look at that. That's pretty white. I hope some of my Twitter friends were able to follow me. It's a secret from my Facebook friends. They don't know that I'm doing this yet. Well, kind of a secret. I told my girlfriend about it. But she's like, no, not right now. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be so much fun. She lives in Florida. So we're all the way across the nation from each other. Okay, it's looking pretty good. I really don't know how much more I could possibly do by hand. So we'll continue with the directions here for the white cake. And a large bowl. Okay, I need to mix the other stuff. This is my large bowl. Hopefully it's big enough for what we need. Okay. Flour and the next 5 ingredients, and then the rest of the sugar. So 2 3/4 cups flour. I want to use up this gluten-free flour that I've had, that I tried a recipe with. So we'll get as much as that as we can, and then switch over to the other flour. But I hope this doesn't mess it up for making white cake. It probably is, and now I'm kind of scared. What should I do? I should just use regular flour. Okay, let's do that. Emergency, last minute, back to the normal flour recipe. Okay. 2 3/4 cups. 1, 2 3/4. And I always thought my recipes just kind of sort of, nothing ever has to be exact in my head, because everything seems to turn out okay anyway. So why not just do what you want? And next on the list is milk. And the hilarious thing, I don't always check my recipes before I start making them, so I don't have any milk. But I do have cashew milk, which is going to have to do, so it's going to be interesting once again. Let's see what happens. And I got to remember to take a picture at some point here. I like to take pictures at different points of the recipe. And just make sure that they want me to add everything. There's 1 cup. And next on the list is butter. So let's see, I have 1 cube, but I'm trying to remember 1 cup. I don't even remember if it's half a cup for a cube or what. But over here it says, I don't know. I'm really confused, so I'm just going to throw this whole thing in. And I don't have my glasses on, so we're going to see how it turns out. Oh, see, it's already preheated. So it's sitting there ready, waiting for us, heating up the house. And I think I should get like a knife to kind of chop it up. And I see why they like to have two cameras, so you can see everything what we're doing here. Oh my God, this is not going to be easy because this isn't softened or anything. We're going to get some major work out here. But let me just chop this into a few pieces until, and then we get all the other ingredients in and see what it wants me to do. Yeah, softened would have been much better. But that's why I'm here. You can learn from my mistakes. Okay. And next on the list is baking powder, 3 teaspoons. And I have a tablespoon here, so it's kind of like, oh, about that much. Just kind of pour the stuff in there as best as you can. And then I have some salt. Calls for a teaspoon, so a little handful. I made something last week, and I was substituting stuff. And I forgot that I substituted garlic salt for 2 different things. So what I made was tofu, and it was so salty. It was like tofu quiche. It was, ugh. It was way too salty. Okay, so I think I followed everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the last thing, vanilla extract. Which I don't have on my little stuff, recipe stuff, but I do have it in here. Okay, cool. 1 teaspoon, so yeah, 1.5 cups, something like that. And so it wants me to mix it and then add that other thing of sugar. So 1 more cup of sugar, fake sugar. I was gonna try to go with the gluten-free, but yeah, I think that'll take away our white stuff. So I don't think it wants me to put in these egg whites yet. Flour, next 5 ingredients, beat 4 minutes. Okay, what I'm gonna do is get my wood spoon. It seems to work really good for stuff like this. Oh, we need to tilt it the other way so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, the butter's melting much better now. And we're getting to a little bit of a consistency. The butter's, yeah, I still see a couple little chunks of butter in there. We'll just do the best we can. Smooth it around. Make sure everybody gets a little bit of butter. I mean, making cake by hand, I haven't done that in forever. I do like, I have my grandpa's recipe for cinnamon rolls that I want to do for you guys. That is like worth the extra effort. It's like, oh, pure heavenly. But with anything, you know, bread and rolls and stuff, you gotta let the dough rise and all that good stuff. So it's an all-day project almost. Okay, the dough is turning into like kind of a bowl. What do we got going on here? So I'm gonna take a picture of it. This is most of the stuff. Okay, fold in the whites. No, I'll wait till after I fold in the whites. Then I'll take a picture of our progress, and then will come the fun stuff. Okay, let me let you see what I'm doing. Move that out of the way. There you go. There's my egg whites. Look at, ooh, they're really frothy. So that's good, I guess. Okay. This is where the real arm work comes in. But actually, it's not bad because of all the liquidy stuff. God, it almost seems like too liquidy, but I think the more I mix, the less liquidy it'll be, hopefully. So I'm just reading ahead to see what we're going to do next. Pour into pans and then bake. Okay. This is where I'm looking, make sure I used up everything. Okay. This is where it'll get interesting. I'm waiting for it to look like some kind of cupcake texture because I'm making these into cupcakes. But it's pretty liquidy right now. And then we're going to separate them and then try out the colors and see what happens. I mean, oh my God, I just found a big chunk of butter. I look kind of scary on camera. Sometimes if I turn just right, I'll look okay. That's not bad. That's okay. That looks kind of weird. My hair looks really funky. But I made sure I put makeup on, if you could tell. So I'm not too scary for you. Doesn't look like anybody joined me, but that's okay. It'll be online for you to see at nom.com. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I still see some chunks of butter, so let's chunk it up really good. It's not so liquidy, but I almost want to add some more flour, but if we just keep on mixing, maybe it'll be the texture that I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now let's take a picture now so I don't forget, okay? Okay, I need to get all this stuff out of the way. Yeah, it's looking pretty chunky there. So we need to mix it some more. Because that's all you need is a bunch of butter chunks, and one of the cupcakes will turn out like not good. So at least if we got them in little tiny pieces, chop, 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 chop. Maybe one of these days I'll get my daughter to join me on one of these recipes, and it'll be so much fun. So where are you from? The summer has arrived here in Vegas. The forecast is 108, 110 for the next 10 days at least. So once it sets in, it sets in. It like very rarely will not be 100, 105. But I love it. I love the heat. I moved here from Portland, Oregon. I lived there for 25 years. I don't know how I put up with the rain for so long, but here I am, and I love the heat. I love the sun. I'm a sun addict. I love going to the pool. I'm looking for work right now. I've been looking for a really long time, so I've been outreaching to do little things here and there for some extra money, and cooking seems to be one of them. So it's working out okay for me. At least I'm making some gas money so I can run around to those interviews. And if the phone rings in the middle, I hope I could figure out how to put this on pause. I don't see a pause button. That could be a problem. All right, I only see a few more chunks. I think I've gotten, let me show you what it looks like now, see if it looks any better. If you can even tell. Oh, almost spilled it all over the book. Okay, hopefully you can see. It's hard for me to see on the camera, but I bet you can see it. Okay. Every time I stir, I keep on finding another chunk. There's another one. Stubborn little suckers. Yeah, melting that butter would have been a much better idea. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Another big one. Let's chop that sucker up. It's really getting hot in here. All right, so, oh, you know what I need to do? I need to separate it into different bowls for the different colors so we can decide if we're making rainbow cupcakes or 4th of July cupcakes. I mean, you know, this doesn't look white, but it's not quite yellow. So let's try for the red, white, and blue and see what happens. I love my little Coca-Cola bowls. My ex-mother-in-law bought a set for me years ago, like more than 20 years ago at a Coca-Cola store. It was like $25 for the set. And now you go online to try to replace them, 25 bucks each. And I just love them. I can't find anything else. There's lots of Coca-Cola stuff out there, but these are just so cute. I love them. All right, here we go. We're gonna mix it into 3 different bowls and then add the food coloring and see if it really separates in the cupcake cups like they promised me. So I'm trying to think of a name for, you know, my hair metal heaven. Think of something that heavy metal people like to eat, but it's like we like the same things everybody else likes. We like greasy food and taco shop and go out to eat after a show with some hash browns, and so we might just stick with hair metal heaven. So I have red and blue. So we're going to leave 1 bowl empty and then red and blue. And it said, I took some notes from another recipe, the easy rainbow recipe. So blue needs 12 drops and red needs 18 drops. So I'm going to turn the camera so you can watch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was way more than 12. It'll be super blue. Okay, here's the red one. What did it say? 8? Oh, 18. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, that was more like streams, not drops. So we'll see what happens. And then we go back to this wooden spoon. Oh my God, it's weird. I don't use food coloring much, so it looks super cool. And I'm gonna have to take a picture of this too. I think I'll just rinse the spoon in between colors to protect what we got going on here. And here's the red one. Oh my God, it's so pretty. Okay, that's really pretty. I love it, love it, love it. All right, I want you to see. Oh, here, I'll just hold it up. That's kind of like a light blue, isn't it? I think it'll work though. And here's the red. Woo, so pretty. All right, here comes the scary part. Time to put it in the cupcakes thing. So it says bake a cake for 35 minutes, but with these silicone cups, it cooks faster, and cupcakes cook faster too. So I think I'm gonna get a regular spoon and just spoon these out, but so usually you say red, white, and blue. So I wonder if I should do blue, white, red. Yeah, let's do that. So it's just like a little bit in each cupcake cup. Oh wait, I'm gonna stop right here because I needed to take a picture of my 3 colors. Let's just go ahead and do that. Because it's so pretty, red, white, and blue. This just might work out. Get ready. Okay. There's those 3 pretty colors. Take a couple pictures in case that one doesn't look good. All right. So back to the scooping. Let me turn it so you can see what I'm doing. See, I got a couple filled already. So I'm going to go all the way across with the blue. I just like using 1 spoonful, but I think it's going to need like 2 spoonfuls each one. And the batter looks pretty good. It looks pretty good whipped. Not too many butter chunks in here. Okay, big spoonful. Let's go all the way across. I put a lot of spray in these silicone cups. Sometimes it worries me that I put too much in. But it seems to work out okay. Yeah, this recipe size is like absolutely perfect almost. Oops, that one had a nice little chunk of butter. For the 12 cupcake cups. So one of the tricks they said to keep the colors separated was just like do something with the spoon, it said. So you just kind of rub it in. I don't know how that's going to separate it, but I want to see if I could find it. I was going to say find a different spoon because it's weird to try to do it to these cupcakes. I was excited for my Facebook friends, but I couldn't get it to hook up. Well, you guys are the lucky ones to see first try, so let's see how this goes, okay? Oh, see, I always need to go like that. I look much better there. That'll work. Okay, so here we go to the white. Let's see. Hope it separates itself. I'm just plopping it on top. Like about 1 spoonful. Oh, I just found a big chunk of butter. Chop it as we go. It just doesn't look like it's enough, but I think if I go around and put a little bit more in each one, it might be okay. But, you know, of course it's going to rise, so I think that's why it looks so weird to me. Okay. Oh, that was a big chunk of butter. That'll be a super buttery cupcake. Okay, this one looks kind of full. This one looks really empty. It's hard to spread them around just perfect. But at least if I can bury the blue, I'll lift up the camera so you can see what it looks like at this stage anyway. There's another chunk of butter going in. Just gonna have to deal with it. I hope these turn out red, white, and blue. Almost down to the bottom of the barrel here. Who needs some? Okay. Now let you see what we're doing here. See the white kind of burying the blue a little bit. So I'm going to take a spoon, like it told me to do. You just kind of take the back of it and just like smash it down, whatever. Yeah, that's not working. The blue's mixing in on that one. Let me clean that off with my tongue. I mean, it barely looks like I have enough white going on here, but it is kind of separating in its own little way. So if we have one perfect cupcake, that's all we ask. Okay, so got the red. I just love it. It's so pretty. Look at that. Woo, yummy. Okay, I'm gonna get a fresh spoon so I don't mix up the colors. I didn't even think about the frosting. It has a recipe for frosting here, but there's no way I'm homemaking frosting. I have some left over, so we'll end up doing that. Oh, I think this is gonna work. Even though if it's not like striped like a rainbow, at least we'll see the different colors. This is gonna be exciting. Then I'll take another picture before they go in. So this is a lot of prep work, you know, one of the longer ones, but a lot of it has to do with, you know, handmade. If I would have just bought, you know, cake mix, we would have been done 20 minutes ago. But you want that little handmade touch. It's more fun this way. So I went all the way around and I still have a lot left, so we're gonna try to bury this white with the red coloring. Give about a half a tablespoon all the way around. Oh, this one's getting really full. Some of these are kind of like blotches. We got a blotch of red, blotch of blue. But see, the blue is almost all buried now, so that's kind of good. Somehow they're kind of separating, but it will have the red, white, and blue aura, so I'm glad that I saw that little thing about the 4th of July that I'm like, oh, it's coming up. Red, white, and blue is much more fun than the rainbow one anyway, I guess. I actually saw in Walmart, they had cake mix to make the rainbow. So I guess it comes with a little bit of food coloring, everything in there. And they had the rainbow, and then they had camouflage cupcakes. So keep your eye out for that. I mean, maybe it's simpler than this, but this is more fun, like I said. Okay, I'll let you look at what it looks now, and then we'll spread it around a little bit. See, I can't even tell if you can see the colors. It looks weird to me. All I see is blue, but I'm sure you can see all the colors, hopefully. So I'm going to take the spoon and spread everything around a little bit. And then just throw them in the oven. And hopefully I can pause this while it's cooking, of course. Come back to it. Otherwise, you'll never know how it ends. Okay, this patting down stuff is not working too good. I got little blotches. Okay, whatever. Good enough, right? We tried. So I'm going to play around here. Okay, I can't click on the clock. Okay, so maybe you can't pause. I don't know. I think if I click on the camera, it'll tell me something. So you can watch me put them in the oven. Here we go. And it says 35 minutes. So I'm going to check them after like 20, just in case. Okay. Sometimes I forget to set the timer when I'm cooking. That gets me in trouble. Oh, wait. Did I take a picture? Holy shoot, it's hot already. I don't know how. But I'm going to take it out and take a picture again. I don't think I did. There we go. We're getting ready to take a picture. Oh, they look kind of hilarious. Okay, here we go. See how hot my oven is? It got hot in like 2 minutes flat. Okay, so we're set. So here I go. I'm going to push the button and hopefully I can continue this later. Otherwise, I'll let you know how they turned out. Okay. Bye. It was great hanging out with you. Okay, what it's doing is just showing you a screen. So what you know is, 20 minutes, come back and I will continue the show. Okay, thanks. Bye. You know, I decided I'll turn the camera back on and then you could just watch me clean up. That way somebody doesn't come on here and say, what the heck is going on? And that way you know the cupcakes are cooking. And there's 18 minutes left right now. Okay. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these egg yolks. I guess I'll put them into some Tupperware or something. What else can we talk about? Okay, let's talk about all the things that I've made in the last few months. I've made some quiches. I think I told you about that, but I made a tofu one, and I made a regular quiche. Oh my God, that turned out so good. It was like spinach and egg and cheese. Anything with cheese is great. And okay, let's just put the eggs in here. I think I'll cook these up later or something. Eggs without yolk, low carb friend. And let's think about what else I've cooked. I know I've cooked something super chocolatey. It was like chocolate muffins. That was one of my first choices, of course. And I can't really remember what else I've cooked. I really want to cook some like banana bread or something. And like I said, my cinnamon roll is my specialty. And I mean, I make good spaghetti, but that's kind of boring. But lasagna, I make homemade lasagna, and it turns out really good. Last time I made it, I tried a different noodle, and it didn't turn out that good. And so what we're doing is waiting for the cupcakes to cook. And so we'll just go ahead and we'll put it on pause. And when they come out, there's 15 more minutes, and we'll see if they turned out red, white, and blue like we hoped. Okay, you're excited. All right. We're excited too. Thank you so much. And hopefully my Twitter friends will join us later, and they could see what we came up. So I will talk to you guys later, and I'm very excited to do this first recipe, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I'll have you on pause for a bit. Okay, bye. I want to rock. Okay, 10 minutes left on the cupcakes. I'm still cleaning and licking my fingers and licking the spoon and having a good time. Okay, check back in 10 minutes and we're gonna check on those. Okay, bye. know what the fuck my fucking piece of shit phone, motherfucker. Fucking phone. So here I am stuffing some food in my mouth, waiting for the cupcakes to cook. And there's still 3 minutes left. I usually don't even start a recipe till like 11 in the morning. So it's a little rough this morning, but it's all good. Cupcakes are smelling good. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish in 20 minutes, even though the recipe said like 35. So I'm putting my arms on the towel that has all kinds of cupcake stuff all over it, which is really disgusting. And so I got most of the dishes clean. Prepare for the next step. 2 minutes left according to this. I'm eating some crackers for breakfast. I shouldn't put crackers in my mouth when I'm talking to you because that's kind of rude. But we will sit here and wait for the buzzer to go off. And decide what kind of frosting we're going to put on. Let me look and see how much we have. I was never much of a frosting person anyway. Well, unless it's chocolate frosting, of course, and then I could just eat it straight. But everything else is just kind of, I mean, if it's good cake, it's good cake, or cupcake or whatever. So I could live with or without the frosting, but it makes it look prettier sometimes. So it looks like I have a bunch of frosting left over from a couple recipes ago. So we only have 1 minute left. I've been trying to post pictures on my Facebook, and my phone is really being a pain. I can't even get online. I don't know what it's doing, but it's getting old. You know, towards the end of the contract, your phone just starts to go out so that you have to buy the newest and best phone. So it's getting on my last nerves because I would really like to use its camera to film us doing this from a different angle. I like to go to concerts and film from the front row as much as possible, just like, you know, a different perspective or whatever. Oh, there it is. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Turn it off and grab the old mittens. Here, you don't need to see in my closets. Oh, look, it looks like it's done, seriously. So I'm going to stick a fork in it and see what it looks like, okay? Oh my God, they are totally done. This oven is like amazing. 20 minutes, that's it. It took like what, 50 minutes of preparation, something like that, but only 20 minutes to cook. So let me bring the camera over here, since they're super hot, of course. Look. Okay, let's get tricky with the angle. There we go. Look at it. They made like a little, like a mountain or something. It's really weird. Well, let me bring them over here. This is just weird. I could set them on my counter and it won't hurt anything. Move my pretty towel out of the way. I don't know what to do about these things. They're like mountains. It's hilarious. Okay, and let me let you see. Tilt them up and see if you can see the mountainous cupcakes. So these should be interesting. I'm going to take a picture and then put the frosting on. That way we don't have to keep on stopping. I know you're supposed to let them cool, but you know, like I said, I'm not much of a frosting person anyway. I don't really care. And I don't know who's going to eat these cupcakes. Maybe my daughter. And so let's get a nice little picture of these. And I'd like to take one out of the wrapper so we can get the thrill of the red, white, and blue. Okay, I got scared there. I wasn't sure if it was filming, but it says red. Okay, I'm hoping it's filming right now. Now it's got me wondering what's going on. Okay, let's carefully move a couple to my Coca-Cola plate. What I'm going to do is take another picture. No, I'll frost them first and then I'll take a picture. Yeah, we'll frost them, leave them in the silicone, because you know they're probably still baking right now. Those things are like really good for magnifying the heat or whatever. Now the camera's white. I hope it's still filming. We're going to have a little trouble on our hands. Okay, it doesn't look any prettier with the frosting on. Matter of fact, it looks kind of stupid. So I might quit with the frosting right now. Probably because they're so hot. It's not spreading very good. Okay. So I'm going to take a picture like this, and then we're going to take them out of the wrappers. All right, hopefully it's not too hot where we could take them out. Oh my God, they're so cute. Let me let you see. Look at that. Red, white, and blue. Look at that one's really blue and a little bit of white, or so-called white, and red on top. This one's very blue, but look at that. Red, white, and blue. That's really cute. Okay, we're going to take a picture of them like that now. And then I'll let you on your way, so you know to, let them cool, because they actually look kind of hilarious right now. And maybe the frosting will spread better, but it's super cute. And I'm going to take a couple pictures I'm going to cut one in half to see if it looks any better. I'll try it when they're cooled off too, because they look kind of hilarious right now. Okay, well, it's been a thrill. It looks like total success, something that I thought was really complicated, which it kind of was. It took a little while, but it was fun. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Rock on.